Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. We are just taking a quick look at Verasity here. Before we begin, please do like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And with that being said, we are taking a look at the charts here. You can see Verasity right now looking like it has finally lost that 0.23 Fibonacci level, as I said, over the past week or so. On the charts here, coming down, closing below, having a little overextension, and now looking like, you know, maybe on the hourly here, actually, you could be looking at a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, actually. Especially getting into these, you can see these bullish divergences on the hourly are pretty stark as well. Let me just sort this RSI out so you can see it a little bit better. And drag this out a little bit like that. So on the, you know, you could see maybe you've got a little bit of like an inverse head and shoulders thing going on here. You can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then obviously a neckline here. Currently under resistance in a downtrend, so obviously we might just, you know, come up, test resistance and continue down. But looking like maybe, especially on the hourly here, you can see a big move to the downside, lots of volume, lots of momentum. You can see the continuation here, a little bit less momentum, and you can see as we're getting lower and lower with the price here, you can see this big bullish divergence, price coming lower, but RSI losing momentum to the downside here. Pretty clear, and usually an obvious sign of at least a small bounce in the market. You can see we're currently getting a little bit of a bounce here off this low here, basically coming back up at least to retest that resistance. I think is probably quite likely here. Verasity, I do think this is a great cryptocurrency. I've been looking at this thing for a long time, and I do think in the long term it's going to do very well indeed. And even if you look at the daily time frame, which is the time frame I always look at because I like to think of things in a bigger picture overall, don't get too caught up in the small print. The last few times that we have got down to these levels here, and here, you can see a little bit of a bounce here. Obviously we had this massive move to the upside here when we got all those breakouts of structure and obviously Bitcoin, and you can see here as well, got down to here, had a nice bounce here as well. We are currently in this area, looking like we are waiting for a reaction at this low. I do think potentially we could come back inside the range here up to, you know, about halfway up the range, depending on what Bitcoin does. Currently we are sitting under resistance. This very key level, previous level of support here, you can see currently maybe being flipped into resistance for a move lower. But considering how oversold we are as well, and Bitcoin looking like, you know, it's kind of trying to decide which way it wants to go today. A quick look at the chart will tell you that. You can see we've had this A, B, C kind of move to the downside over the past few weeks, haven't we, on the daily time frame. Looking like right now we are stuck under that 0.38 Fibonacci level here, around 27.5k, sorry. Currently rejecting at that level today. You can see coming up and retesting it and getting rejected. Although a very nice pickup off the low here. You can see very clearly a lot of people wiped out on their stop losses there. I think a big liquidity grab. You can see on the hourly time frame what happened. You know, we come down, extension, and then right back up into it, and then right back up into it again here. Currently stuck under that previous level of support as resistance. It'll be interesting to see if we get the continuation to the downside like this, or if we get the deviation and come back up inside this area here of, you know, this structural area that we've really been chopping around in for Bitcoin for a good while here. But in terms of what we're looking at for Verasity, you can see kind of waiting for what Bitcoin is going to do in the near future. But right now, considering how oversold we are, I do think Verasity could look to maybe even just deviate back inside the range, even only temporarily, to grab some liquidity. Obviously the volume right now is getting quite low as well, and the last time that we did see this ever decreasing volume and trickle to the downside like we're kind of seeing now, we've got this massive explosion here, and you could easily see, you know, another kind of move like this in the near future for Verasity. Not too concerned right now, and just waiting and seeing what's going on. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching as always. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.